Right. So in our previous class, we have seen how to work with the strings type and different methods available in the string and how can we operate strings. So today we'll see some more examples and how can we use string methods to solve the different type of problems. Okay. So the first example. So most popular program in interview, which is reverse a string. How to reverse a string. So this is very popular and famous program. So we can do this in many ways. And I'll show you 3 to 4 different methods to reverse a string. And by using logic, by writing the logic, we can do it. And by using StringBuffer and StringBuilder, there are some predefined classes are there. And we can also use some built-in methods to reverse a string. But most of the people don't know, like there is no direct method available in Java to reverse a string. Okay, so like other methods are there, like length, concat, substring. So we have seen different type of methods. We can use all those methods on the string and we can perform different type of operations. But if you want to reverse a string, so there is no direct method available in the string class, especially. Okay, so if you want to reverse a string, we have to write a logic for that. So there is no direct method available. But some programming languages, there is a direct method available. So directly can say string dot reverse, it will automatically reverse the string. But especially in Java, there is no direct method available for string reverse, especially in string class. But there are other classes are there, and they are having string reverse method. But especially string class, we don't have a reverse method to reverse a string. Okay, so first let's see how can we reverse a string. So what is reverse means? For example, if I give some value like this, after reversing, it should be like this. From the last letter, it should print E, M, O, C, L, E, W like this. So this is reverse string. So we have to get this reverse string through program. Okay, and this string can be dynamic. So not only the same string every time, whenever you provide a new string, it should be able to reverse that particular string. So this is the problem statement. Okay. So now we will try to solve this problem in multiple ways. But the first one, we'll see how can we solve this problem by using logic. So how can we implement this logic? Reverse string. Okay. So let us try to understand the logic first, and then we will try to implement the program. So how to reverse a string? What is the logic behind this? So just think about generally and don't directly jump into program. Let me take this. Let's say welcome. This is a sample string I'm taking. Now I want to reverse this. So to reverse this, the first and most important thing is we have to capture the last character from the string. Okay, so we have to capture, let's say we will take one variable called reverse string. Okay, some temporary variable. This is also string variable we have to take. And we have to capture the last character and concat that character to this existing variable. Then again, get the last character M. Next character is M. You can put here. And next character C. You can add here. Next character C. Next character L. Next character E. Next character W. What does that mean? So we have to read each and every character from the end. Okay. We have to read each and every character from the end. At the same time, add that character to this existing variable. We will take another variable called reverse, and whichever character you are capturing from the end, concat that character to the existing character. Like first E, then M, O, C, L, E, W like this. But how many times we have to read characters like this? Till we reaches 0 as an index, right? So how many times we have to go back like this? There should be some cutoff point. There should be some condition, right? So we need to go back like this till the length of the string should become 0, right? So initially when we start here, length of a string will be what? 7. And after getting this variable, then we will go to the next one. So that means we have to reduce this length by -1 till it becomes 0. Okay. So this we have understood. How many we have to capture the characters from the end And how many times we have to repeat this? From 7 to 0. But we don't know how much length it is. This is the dynamic. But how many times we have to repeat this till length should be 0. Okay, length function we have to use. Length method, one is the method we have to use. That's the one thing. Second, how to extract the last character, or one by one, how to extract the characters. First to last character, then next, next. How to parallelly, we have to do two things. We have to go, we have to repeat and we have to reduce the length by one by one. At the same time, we have to capture the character from that particular position. So what is another method we have to use? Yes, caret method. So this is the method we have to pass index number here. Accordingly, we can capture the character. So caret of I will capture the character, and that character we have to add to the reverse variable, and then we have to reduce the number till length becomes 0. Okay, so this is the logic. Now same thing we have to implement through program, right? So two methods we have to use. One is length, other one is caret. Length is for what? How many times we have to repeat this loop. For that we need length. And what is the character of I? Because every time we have to extract the character from the string. So for that we need character of I. Okay, let's implement the same logic through program. Go to Eclipse and let's create new package for today. Let's say day 9 today. Finish. If you understand the logic, implementation is very, very easy. And let me take the new class, reverse a string main method. Let's say finish. Okay. So there are multiple approaches, as I said, right? So this is the first approach. And say approach 1. So let me take one string variable, string yes equal to, you can take this as an input also from the keyboard later. Okay, now I'm taking one string. So after reversing the string, I will store that reverse string in another variable. So for that also I'm taking one reverse variable. This is a empty string. I'm not keeping anything in this empty string. Single double quotes empty, no value in this, just a reverse variable. Okay, and this will store the reverse string later. Now the first thing, we have to write one for loop. Okay, in the for loop, 3 things are required. So initialization, condition, and incrementation. So we need to think about these 3. So what could be the initialization? What could be the condition? What is an incrementation? So if I look at this particular string, we have to start from here. We have to start from end, and we have to go back like this. So obviously, what is the starting value of I? Starting value of I. How we will know that? So here, based on the string, we are saying 7, but tomorrow this string is got changed. Suppose tomorrow the string becomes only 3 characters and 10 characters. Then it keeps changing, right? Now we have to dynamically get the length of a string, right? Okay, so when you get the length of a string, what it will return? 7. Okay, length of a string is 7. But actually, when you read the characters, we have to use index from 0, right? Index caret method, index start from 0 or not? Caret method index is always start from 0. But if you look at the length will be counted from 1 itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Length means size of a string. It is counted from 1. But actually, in the caret method, we use indexing concept, right? Based on the index, we will get the character. So index will start from what? Caret method 0. So what we have to do is, from the first character starting point, int I equal to s dot length. This will give you total number of characters. But we have to start index from 0, right? So -1 we have to say. Okay, -1 we have to say. Why we should say -1 here? Because length will give you size of the string. It will not count from 0. But caret method count from 0 index. So we have to say -1. So I equal to s dot length. S is a string variable. So this will give you total length of a string -1. So currently, where are we now? When I say -1, So this is my string. Okay, just a second. Okay, so this is my string. Okay, so length s dot length minus 1. What does it mean? Where are we now? So length is 7. 7 minus 1, 6. 6 index is what here? This is a 6. According to the caret method, what is an index of E? What is an index of E? 6 only, right? So how to get 6 here? Length minus 1. Length is a 7. 7 minus 1, 6. So according to the caret method, we have to start index from 0. But we have to read the characters from the end. So the index of the last character is what? Obviously 6. So how many times we have to reduce like this? Till this value, I value, becomes 0. And 0 character also we required, right? We need to capture this 0 character also. So the condition should become I greater than 0. I greater than 0 equal to I greater than or equal to 0. So now let us try to implement this. So I equal to s dot length minus 1, I greater than 0, and even 0 character also we need. So I greater than or equal to 0, and then I plus plus or I minus minus. I minus minus, because we want to reduce this 6, next 5, next 4, next 3, 2, 1, 0. And every time we are index is changing, right? As soon as the index is changing, we have to capture the character also. How to capture the character? S dot caret of I. S dot caret of I. So in every iteration, I'm getting the character one by one. So let us try to print this and see how it is going to print. System dot out dot println. Let's keep this in the print state. System dot out dot println and s dot caret of I. Okay, now when I just execute, it will just print all the characters from the end, right? So you can see E, M, O, C, L, E, W. So we're able to get all the characters or not from the end. Yes. But now what is our intention? We have to add this character in every iteration. We have to add this character to this reverse variable. Okay. So how we can add? Yes, it's a concatenation, obviously. So instead of print ln, I can simply say reverse equal to every character we have to add to the existing character. So reverse equal to reverse. You can use concat method directly, or you can use plus operator. Anything is fine. Okay. Reverse plus s dot caret of I. So then this loop will be completed. After completion of this loop, once you exit from the for loop, if you print this reverse variable, you will get the reverse string. You can see here. Reverse string is, you can just print reverse variable. Okay, very simple. Only 2 methods we have to use. So now you can see this is our reverse string. So you can change the value. So you can just make it as a Selenium, some different value. So let's see whether it is reversing or not. Yes, it is got reversed. So now we can change the string dynamically, and whichever string you provided here, this logic works. Okay. So this is how we can simply reverse a string by using 2 methods. Approach 1. First one is length, and the second one is what? Caret. So by using these 2 methods, we can do this. This is the first approach, and this is most popular one. So many people, we already know this. And another way is also there. Let me show you. So is this clear, everyone? So first approach, how to reverse a string. Everyone. So please confirm in the chat box. We will go to the next approach. And no need to remember each and every approach. Just remember at least one approach. That is fine. Okay. Approach 2. So how to reverse a string? And I don't want to use caret. Okay. I don't want to use caret method. And also I don't want to use length. So these, without using these 2 methods, without using length and caret, how can we achieve this? That is the second approach. Let me comment this. The second approach. So without using without using string methods. That's the second approach. Without using string methods. So we don't use any string type of methods. So how can we achieve this? We want to reverse a string, but without using any string method, caret method, length method, we are not going to use. So let me tell you. So string s equal to welcome. So this is my string variable. Now I want to reverse this. Another logic is, first we have to convert the string into character array. Character array. What does it mean? So my string is this one. This is my string variable, right? And this is a full-fledged one string, single variable and single value. Once you convert this string into character array means what? You will have one array variable and you will have multiple locations. So each character in a string will be stored in every location. Let's say W, E, L, C, O, M, E, like this. So we will convert this string into character type of an array. We will convert this string into character type of an array. Now, in this character type of array, all the characters will be stored in the different locations. Same order. In whichever order we have written all the characters, same order we will store in the array. We will basically convert the string into character array. Once it is converted, we can read this array characters from the end. So first we will read E, then M, O, C, L, E, W. So as soon as you read the characters, add those characters to the reverse variable. First, read the last character E, then M, so then O, then C, then L, E, W, like this. Now this reverse variable contains a reverse string. So here we are not using any string related methods. We are just converting this string into array. So once the characters are available in the array, we can read them from the end. From top to bottom, we can read, right? So how to read an array? Just by writing a looping statement. From the looping statement, we can read the values from the beginning to end or end to beginning. So in whichever direction you want, you can read the values if you have an array, right? But how can we convert the string into array? How can we convert the string format to array, character array format? So for that, we have a different approach, very simple. So what we can do is, first let us take one reverse variable. Nothing is there. Now, the first step, we have to convert the string into character array variable. So how can we convert? We have to take one character array like this, char type of an array, equal to, what is a string? S is a string. S dot, there is one more string method is there. This is also string method, but without using length and character method, we are achieving it. There is a method called toChar array. This is also one of the string method. S dot toChar array. So what this method will do is, this method will convert string into array format. Okay, and this will return character type of an array. So whatever characters we have in this string variable, these characters will be stored in this particular array. This is called conversion. This is where we can convert the string into character. So it will create array like this, and it will create multiple locations. So these characters, whatever is there in the string, will be stored like this. W, first position, second position, third, fourth, 5, second, like this. It will store like this. Okay. Now, once you converted into array, character array, we can simply write a loop statement and read those values one by one from the end. Now you guys can tell me how to read the data from the character array from the end. What is the starting point? How to know the starting point? So now we have to read the data from array itself. So this is my array. So here, these are the values. Now I want to read. This is a 0 position, first to second, third. And from the last index, we have to start reading the data. Last index. What is the last index? How we will know the last index of this array? Yes. Int I equal to a dot length. A dot length means this will give the length of an array. Length of an array. But how to get the last index? -1. When I say -1, it will give you the last index. That is the starting point. Now where we have to stop? Even zero value also we have to capture. So I greater than or equal to 0. And we have to reduce or increase the I value. Minus minus or plus plus. Minus minus. Every time we have to reduce the value. This is the logic. Now we have to extract that particular character based on the index. How to extract the character from the index? A of I. Simply pass the I value. So this will give you characters. Let us try to print first. So I'm just trying to print A of I value. System.out.println A of I. So now when you run this, you will get all the characters like this. You can see it is just printed array variables, characters in array from the end. So now what we can do, we can concat or we can join these characters for the one string variable every iteration. So reverse equal to reverse plus A of I. So after exiting from the for loop, if I just print reverse variable, you can see the reverse string. You can say reverse string is, you can just print reverse like this. So this is another logic without using length and caret. I'm just run as Java application. Yes, now you get a reverse string. Okay, so this is approach 2. By converting, or we can say, we can put this another way, by converting string to char array type. Okay, so this is a second approach. Without using length is not possible because this length is not a string method actually. Okay, so here this length is different. This is a string method which will return the length of a string. Here, this length is not a method actually. This is a variable which will give length of an array. Because if you don't know this length of an array, you don't know exactly where you have to stop. So where you have to start, right? Because this value is dynamic. Tomorrow, suppose if you know the string size now, directly you can hardcode this value. Here you can hardcode this value. You can start from 4. But tomorrow, if the string is got changed, you don't know the length. So you don't know where you have to stop, right? So until unless you know the size, you cannot know where we have to start. So that is the reason we have to find length first. Okay. So what we are exactly doing, I'm repeating again, guys, just focus on this. It's not a rocket science. It's very simple. Everybody's understood this particular step, line number 25. So this will convert the entire string into character array. To-char array is a method. It will convert the entire string into character array. After conversion, you can see all the characters in a character array. Actually, this concept is based on the previous topic itself. It's not a new. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the index. Now, these characters will be stored like this. W, E, L, C, O, M, E, like this. Now, character array is ready. Now, what we have to do, we have to read the data from the end like this, one by one. At the same time, we have to add those characters to the reverse variable. So first we have to capture the last character, add it here, then go back to the previous. Now get this, add it here. Now go back, get this character and add here. Then again, go back, get this. So like this, we have to go back in every iteration. At the same time, we have to read the characters, add them into reverse. So same thing we are doing here. Reverse is the existing variable plus A of I. In every iteration, we are getting the I value. I value means what? Index. First index is 6, then 5, then 4, then 3, like this. Index is keep on changing. It is reducing in every iteration so that it will give you the characters from that particular position. And as soon as you get the character from this, we are attaching that reverse variable. So once this loop is completed, this reverse variable contains a reverse string. I have also shown you by printing these A of values. When I print A of I values, it is printing all the characters from the end. But as soon as you get the character one by one, we are adding them into reverse variable. So finally, the reverse variable contains a reverse string. But how many times this will repeat based on the condition? I greater than or equal to 0. That means As soon as I becomes -1, it will stop. Even 0 value also we have to capture. So I say I greater than or equal to 0. Next time I value become -1, then it condition become false, it will stop. And where we have to start, how we will know that? We are finding the total length of an array and then say -1. That will give you the last index of an array. And we are starting from there. So starting point is what? I equal to a dot length -1. A dot length will give you total length of an array. -1 give you last index. Okay. So everybody's understood the second approach by converting string into array, and then we will read that array from the end. As soon as you read the characters, parallelly, we will add those characters to the reverse. Then finally, we will get the reverse string. So this is the second approach. And these two approaches are logic based. So we have to implement this logic. We have to write a for loop. We are reading each and every character. We are finding the length. So this is the logic. First two approaches are totally based on the logic we have implemented, two different approaches. Now I'm going to show you two more different approaches without using logic. Directly by using built-in methods, we can do it. Okay, so the next approach 3. So let us comment. So in Java, normally, if you want to store a string, we will create that variable as a string variable, right? So when you create a string s equal to, we can pass some value like this. And similarly, in Java, if you want to store a string in a variable, we have two more classes are there. One is StringBuffer class, and there is another one called StringBuilder class. StringBuilder. So just like a StringBuffer and StringBuilder classes also there in Java. Okay. So just like a string variable, in string variable, we are able to store the string value. Similarly, if I create any variable for StringBuffer, I can store some value in it. Okay. Similarly, if I create a StringBuilder variable, I can also store some string in this. Just like a similar way. But string is a different class, StringBuffer is a different class, StringBuilder is a different class. In the next examples, I will tell you what is the difference between StringBuffer and StringBuilder. But the purpose is almost the same. The methods can be different. Whatever methods are there in the string class, the same methods may not be there in the StringBuffer and StringBuilder. And whatever methods are there in the StringBuilder and StringBuffer, the same methods may not be there in the string class. But there may be some common methods are there in the string and also StringBuffer and StringBuilder. So just like a string class, in Java, we also have StringBuffer and StringBuilder classes. So by using them also, we can store strings into a variables. Okay, remember this. But the thing is, if it is a string, we can directly store the string value like this. But if it is a string buffer, we have to use a different notation. For example, string buffer a equal to, we have to use something called new keyword, new string buffer of, then we have to specify the value in it like this. And same thing for StringBuilder also. StringBuilder a equal to new StringBuilder of, then you can specify the value. So this is a notation which we have to follow. Even string also we have to follow the same kind of notation. We can follow that. String is equal to new string of welcome. You can also specify the string like this. In yesterday class, I have told you how many ways we can declare the string. But there is a difference in these two. In the next example, I'll tell you what is the difference. So similarly, StringBuffer builder also we can use to define the strings. Okay. So now let us try to do this. StringBuffer I will use, and StringBuilder also I will try to use. First, let us say StringBuffer. This is an approach 3. Using StringBuffer class. Using StringBuffer class. How can we reverse a string? Now, first of all, create a string variable by using StringBuffer class. StringBuffer equal to StringBuffer, some string is required. S is equal to new string buffer, and here we have to pass the value. Let's take one value like this. Okay, string buffer is equal to new string buffer. Okay, yes, we can also declare like this, a string buffer. Okay, I can say string, okay, buffer s equal to welcome. So you can see this is giving an error. Type mismatch, cannot convert from string to string buffer. So this is the problem. Okay, in the string buffer and the string builder, we cannot directly specify the value like this. Only in the string it is possible, but string buffer and the string builder we cannot, right? So that is the reason we should go with the first one. So string, but in the string both are possible. You can say string s equal to welcome, you can put like this, or you can say string s equal to new string of welcome, you can put like this. But in the string buffer, in the string builder, it is not possible. Why? Because string buffer and string builders are mutable objects, and string is a immutable object. So what does it mean? I will tell you in the next examples. Okay. For now, just understand this much. So string buffer s equal to new string buffer and welcome. Now I have created string like this. Now, if you just print a string value, can we print like this? Just I'm printing string. Yes. When I run this, you can see the s value is what? Welcome. Same thing, just like a string, right? So now we want to reverse this. So to reverse this particular string, we no need to write any logic. There is a direct method available in the string buffer class. That is s dot reverse, direct method. So this will give you reverse string. Reverse string s, then s dot reverse. But in the string class, we don't have a reverse method. So that's the reason we have to write a logic there. But if you create a string variable by using string buffer, you can directly use reverse method. So this will reverse a string. So when I run this as a Java application, you can see this is our reverse string. So this is a straightforward, no logic, nothing. Okay, this is approach 3 by using string buffer class. Same thing is applicable for string builder also. So this is approach 4 using string builder. This is also another class which is there in Java. So we can create a string variables by using string variable. Take the same thing. Instead of string buffer, you can use string builder class. Let's comment this. Instead of string buffer, let's take string builder class. And here also it is a string builder. And reverse string. S equal to reverse. So reverse method is available even in the string builder class also. So if I execute, this will also able to reverse the string. Okay. So first and second approaches, we have to implement the logic. During the interview, they will expect the logic, not built-in method. Okay. So they will definitely expect the logic. And some people, they will ask you, they will put one condition. So without using length and caret method, how can we achieve this? Then you need to go with the second approach. Okay. But if anybody interviewer asks, don't directly tell by using string buffer and string builder. And don't tell through reverse method, we can reverse a string. Reverse method is not available in the string class. 90% of the people will tell incorrect answer for that. The reverse method is not present in the string class, which is present only in the string buffer and string builder classes. So that is the reason we're able to directly use it and we are able to reverse the string. But other than this, if you still want to use only string variable, then we have to write a logic for that. In the next examples, I will show you what is the difference between string buffer and string builder. Okay, we will compare string buffer, string builder. There is a specific example I will show you what is the difference. Okay, so for now, you guys understood how to reverse a string by using these 4 methods. 4 different approaches I have told you. First 2 approaches are most important. Okay, if anybody asks in interview, don't directly tell string buffer and string builder. They think you don't know anything. Okay, the logic is important. If anybody asks you any problem during the interview, always answer those questions in the form of logic, not in the form of built-in methods. Okay, then only your logical skills will project, which is most important. So always try to explain the first logic, or if they put any condition like without using length and character, then go with the second approach. Okay, second approach is also character by using logic. So this is how we can reverse a string. So we will try to understand what is the difference between string, StringBuffer, StringBuilder. So we will have one more example for that. So before that, we need to understand something called string mutability, immutability. This is some different kind of a concept. But testing point of view, automation point of view is not much important. For developers, it is most important. But still, we need to understand the difference. What is mutability? What is immutability? If you understand this concept, then you can understand the difference between string, string builder, and string buffer. Okay. So let us try to understand difference between immutability, immutable, and mutable. These are two different terms. Mutable, immutable, and mutable. So mutable means what? Change. We can change. We can change. Immutable means what? We cannot change. So immutable means we cannot change. Change is not possible. Mutable means we can change. Right? Mutable means we can change. Change is possible. That is the meaning of mutable and immutable in programming concept. So why we need to discuss this mutable and immutable? I'll tell you. Why? Because string is a mutable object, whereas string buffer and string builders are the string is a immutable object, whereas string builder, string buffer is a mutable objects. Okay, so they are the mutable objects. I'll tell you how it is. With the simple example, we'll understand mutable and immutable. Mutable versus immutable. First, understand the terminology and the meaning, and then we will try to understand the differences. So what is mutable? What is immutable? What is mutable? What is immutable? So first, let us talk about mutable. What is mutability? So to demonstrate this mutable, I will take a simple example. Let's say take one integer array. I'll store some data in it. Some data randomly. I'm storing some data like this. Okay, so random data I have taken. Now, if you want to sort this particular array, I have told you one method, direct method. What is that? Arrays dot. How to sort this? Arrays dot sort, right? Arrays dot sort of A. This will sort, right? So before sorting, I'm just trying to print array values. So this is for what? Before sorting. Arrays dot, how to print array elements? I can say array. What is an array? Arrays dot toString of A. So this will print array elements. After sorting, again, I'm printing the same array. So here I'm printing the array elements. After sorting, again, I'm printing the array elements. Just observe this. When I run this as a Java program, so these are the first elements, and now it is successfully sorted. So this is our expected output. Now, if I just observe this particular method, arrays dot sort. So this method, sort method, is changing these array elements or not? Because before sorting, when I print array, these are the elements I have. And after sorting, I'm again printing the same array. Now I'm getting the new values, a different order. What does it mean? This particular method is changing this array or not? Please respond. Is it changing or not? Because before, when I print array, we are getting these values. After applying this method, again, if I print an array, we are getting the different values. So what I'm asking is, this particular method is changing this array or not? Yes, it is changing. Means this is mutable. This is mutable. Array is not sort. This is a mutable. Means we are able to change. This method is able to change the original array elements. Original array elements it is changing. That is the reason this is a mutable. Okay. Now I will give you example for immutable. Just understand this. This is an example for what? Mutable. Means we are able to change the original values. Mutable means can change. Now let us take one more example for immutable. Just first listen carefully. Don't ask anything now. Let me finish. Let me finish it, then ask it. You should more concentration is required here. Immutable. So still I'm not talking about strings. Just understand only this much for now. So we understood what is mutable, right? So now we will try to understand what is immutable. Let us try to understand what is immutable. So I'm taking one string variable here. String s equal to new string. I'm taking one string. Observe this. I'm taking one string. You can take variable also, no problem. Now what I will do is I will apply any string method on this variable. Any string method you can take. Yes dot. I'm just saying concat. I'm taking concat, and I'm just concatenating something. Let's say Java. Concatenated something to S. After that, I'm trying to print yes. Now tell me what is the value of S? What is the value of S? When I print S value, what is the value you will get? Okay, so before applying this method, again, I'm trying to print S value. System.out.println, yes. So this is before applying this s.concat, after applying this. So this is before applying s.concat. This is after applying s.concat. So here, the value is what? Obviously, here it is welcome. Okay. And here I have concatenated. After concatenation, again, I'm printing the yes value. What is the value of X? What is the value of yes we are expecting? Just try to execute. Run as Java application. See, still we are getting welcome. But we have done some concatenation here, right? But after concatenation, why it is not done any change on the original value? This is a original value. But after applying the concat, it should do some operation on the string, right? But still we are getting the welcome here. It is not done any change. It is not done any change, right? So this particular feature is called immutable. Immutable means we cannot change. We cannot change. So mutable means we can change. Just observe, still not completed. Hold on. So when you apply this s.concat, we are still getting the old value. That means this is not able to change the original value of S. Okay. But I'm concatenating, right? But why it is happening? But I want to get concatenated value. I want to get concatenated value. But how can we get concatenated value? We have to store this output in some other variable. Okay. Take one more variable. Okay. And then you can say concat string. Then you print this. You will get a concatenated string. Okay. You can just say concatenated string. You can just take this variable, then print it here. So then you will get a concatenated string. You will get the concatenated string. But this is not able to change the original value of S. So this operation cannot change the original value of yes. You understood the point? But concatenation is happening or not? Yes, concatenation is happening because we are storing that concatenated value in some other variable and we are able to print here. But the thing is, this operation is not impacting the existing variable. Okay, but whereas in other example, in immutable, this operation is changing the original array elements here. That is the reason we are saying that is mutable. This operation is directly changing the existing variable. The original values are changing. But here, this operation is not changing the original operation. That's the reason we're still getting the same value. But if we store that value in another variable, then we are able to get the concatenation. Guys, now you understood what is the difference between mutable and immutable. If any method operation is changing the original elements or original value of the variable, that is called immutable feature. If any operation of any method is not able to change the existing value or original value of the variable, that is called immutable feature. Mutable and immutable. You understood, everyone? What is mutable? What is immutable? Here we are using some arrays related method, but here we are using string method. That's the only difference. Method is a method. If any method is able to change the original value of the variable, that is called immutable. If any method is not able to change the existing value, that is immutable object. Now, string is immutable. Strings are immutable. In Java, strings are immutable, means any of the string operations will not impact existing value of the string or original value of the string. This is the main difference between mutable and immutable. Strings are immutable. We cannot change the value of the original. Right? So now based on this understanding, let us try to compare string, StringBuffer, and StringBuilder. Okay? Everybody is clear? This example, mutable and immutable. Please confirm in the chat window, everyone. String is only immutable in Java. All other things are mutable. Only string is immutable. Okay. Now, let me show you another example. And based on this understanding, we will try to understand about string, StringBuffer, and the StringBuilder. Okay. So here, string is immutable. That we have understood. String is immutable object. That means we cannot change it. StringBuffer and StringBuilder are mutable objects. Those methods will directly impact the variable. But in the string, it is not impacted. But in StringBuffer and StringBuilder, they will impact the variables. That's the reason they are mutable objects. String is an immutable object in Java. Okay, remember this. So let us see one practical example. So then you can understand. So string versus StringBuffer versus StringBuilder. Take this main method and say finish. Okay, now let us try to perform same operation on 3 different variables. One is string, StringBuffer, StringBuilder, and then we will see the difference. Which one is mutable, which one is immutable, we will try to understand. So well, let us start with the string. So as we already know, string is what? Immutable, right? String is what? Immutable, right? So let's try to see some example. As we already discussed, let me take one variable, string s equal to welcome. So this is my string variable. Now I want to do some concatenation. S dot concat of to Java. So now I have done some concatenation. So after concatenation, if you again print s value, this will print the original value, not a concatenation value. Right? So we'll get the original value. So this is not impacted the original value. So that's the reason we are saying this is immutable. Cannot change original value of yes. That we have understood. Now, same thing we will try by using StringBuffer and StringBuilder. So let me take StringBuffer. StringBuffer is what? Mutable. StringBuffer is a mutable. Mutable means what? We can change. We can change. Let me take one variable, StringBuffer, SBR, StringBuffer. Okay, SBF. Let me take something. SBF, or you can take string itself. Let me comment this. The variables, you can use anything, no problem. So here I'm taking StringBuffer is equal to new StringBuffer, and here I'm saying welcome. Now I want to concatenate this. So in the StringBuffer, in the StringBuilder also, we have concatenation methods, but the name is different. So here to concatenate, we use concat method in the string. If it is a string builder or if it's a string buffer, we have one more method called append. One more method called append. S.append to Java. Okay, this is the method. So here, whatever the concat is doing, here append will do the same job. The name of the method is different, but it will do the same job. Okay. But in the string builder and string buffer, we don't have a concat method. Instead, we have another method called append. This is exactly the same as concat method. Okay. Now, after appending, after concatenation, I'm trying to print the value of S. Okay. Now we can see the difference here. When I run as a Java application, now we can see it is concatenated, right? We are not getting the virginal value here. Here we are getting the virginal value directly after concatenation. But here, after concatenation, we are getting the concatenated value. That means the virginal value is got changed by this method. Means what? It is mutable. We can change original value of yes. Now you understood the difference, guys? String and string buffer. What is mutable and what is immutable? String is a immutable. String buffer is a mutable. Because all these methods in the string buffer will able to impact the versional value of the variable. This is got changed. That's the reason we are getting the latest value. It's a mutable. We can change the value of S. Okay. So here we are still getting the welcome. But here we get the concatenated value. Same as string builder also. String builder. This is also mutable object. And so let's create a string builder. Okay, and S equal to, let's comment this. String builder S equal to new string builder and take any value. Now we want to apply one method. You can say s.append. I'm using this method, append, and here appending some value. Okay, now I have done some operation by using append. Now I'll try to print yes value. Execute. Okay, now we can see it is concatenated. That means what? This is impacted the original value of yes. So this is same output. So string buffer and string builder is almost similar. So they are mutable. String is only immutable object. Other than string, almost every collection, every type is mutable. We can change except string. Okay. So that is the difference between string buffer, string builder. So again, in string buffer and string builder, there are memory related differences are there. But user perspective, everything works similarly. Okay. Yes, we are used here, append work with a string. So here in the string class, we have a concat method, right? But in the string buffer and the string builder, we have an append method. It's exactly similar to the concat. But in the string class, we don't have append. In the string class, we don't have append method. We have a concat method. But in the string buffer and the string builder, we have an append method. It is similar to concat. Just name is changed. Purpose is same. The name is got changed. That is. Okay. In the string class, we don't have append because we already have concat. If it is the same job, how can they create two different methods, two different names? Purpose is same, right? So they haven't created. So in the string class, we have a concat method. In the string buffer, in the string builder, we have a append method. Okay, so in the string buffer, in the string builder, there are memory related differences are there related to memory management. Now I'm not going into that part. It's not important also for us. Just try to understand they are mutable objects. String buffer and string builders are mutable objects. But most of the times we will use only strings. Okay, we don't prefer to use string buffer, string builders, all those things. Only string class we will try to use. Okay. Right. So now the last example, string comparison, which is another very, very important interview question. Two interview questions you will get here. String comparison. In the string comparison, there are two interview questions you will get. One is, what is the difference between double equal to and equals method? While comparing the strings, we can use double equal to, we can also use equals method, right? So what is the difference? When we have to use double equal to, when we have to use equals, both are same or both are different? If it is a different, how they are different? Okay. And at the same time, it is also related to this one. When you create a string variable, we will do like this. String s equal to welcome. This is the one way we create a string. Another way is what? Through object. String s equal to, by using new keyword, we can create string s equal to new string of welcome. We can do like this also. Then what is the difference between these two? So these two are again related to the first one. So these are two different questions you may get in interview. What is the difference between double equal to and equals method? And what is the difference between this one and this one at the time of declaring? So with single example, we will try to understand both one by one. So go back and create new class, string comparison. String comparison. I will show you different scenarios. First, try to understand them. Then I will elaborate. Different cases I will tell you. String comparison. Let's take one. First case or first scenario. Scenario one. I'm taking one string variable, string s1 equal to welcome. First string. I'm taking another string, string s2 equal to string s2 also welcome. Now I have taken two string variables, s1 and s2. S1 contains welcome, even s2 is also contains welcome. Both are exactly the same value, right? Now I'm trying to use s1 equal to s2 and s1 dot equals to s2. Now observe this. In the first statement, I'm comparing both by using double equal to. In the second statement, I'm comparing both by using equals method. So what is an output you're expecting from these two? Please guess it. First statement and second statement. What is an output? Anyway, both will return a Boolean value, right? It may be true or false. So what is the first statement output? What is the second statement output? True or false? Okay, let us try to execute as a Java application. Now you can see both are true. So when you create a string variables like this, okay, you can use either equal to, double equal to, or you can use equals. There is no difference in this particular context. When there is no difference, if you create a string variables like this, in this format, without using new keyword, if you create a variables like this, there is no difference in this. You will get exactly same value. This is optional. You can use either double equal to or you can use equals method. No difference. When there is no difference, if you create variables in this format. Okay, this is the first scenario, first case. Now, let me tell you another scenario. The next scenario, I will create variables like this. Let's take this is a case 1. Now, let's see the case 2. Here, I will create string variables s1 equal to by using new keyword. String s1, new string of welcome. String s2 equal to new string of welcome. So when you print s1 and s1, you will get the same data. When you print s1 and s2, you will get both welcome only. Okay, observe clearly. When I print s1, also I'm trying to print s2. I'm printing s1 and s2. You will get the same data. Welcome and welcome, right? Now, when I use this, same statements I'm trying to use it here. Okay, while comparing this, observe very carefully, very important. When you print values of S1 and S2, you are getting same value. And here I'm using double equal to, here I'm using equals method. Can you guess what is an output of these two statements? Here I'm comparing by using equal to, here I'm comparing by using equals method. Okay, let's try to run it. Yes, now first statement is returning false. Second statement is returning true. When I print the values, we are getting the same values. But once you compared by using equal to and equals, there is a difference. Okay, there is a difference. Here we need to understand why this double equal to is returned false, why this equals method returns true. Okay, so now let us try to understand this. Whenever you create a variables, okay, so normally double equal to used for comparing the objects. So double equal to we use to compare the objects. Remember this point. Double equal to we have to use to compare the objects. Whereas equals method we will use to compare values of objects. There is a lot of difference in this, I will tell you. Double equal to will be used to compare the objects, whereas equals method will be used to compare the values of objects. Okay, values of objects. What is the difference? What is comparison of object? What is the comparison of values of object? Let us try to understand this. So when you create a variable like this, what will happen? When you create a variable by using new keyword, then what will happen? That we need to understand. So when I use double equal to, what I am saying, it will use for comparing the objects. So whenever you use a new keyword, it will create a new object. Okay. String S1 equal to new string. Whenever you see new string, it is created one object and it will have some value in it. So the value of in this object is welcome. And what is the name of this object is S1. So S1 is a name of this object. Now, take this next one. When I say string st equal to new string, again it is created another object. The value is the same, but it is another object. The name of the object is what? S2. Okay. Now, if you see double equal to, compare the objects. S1 and S2 are the two different objects or not? Both are different objects. So they are not equal. That is the reason it is returning false. S1 and S2 are the two different type of objects. So that's the reason it is double equal to return false, because double equal to will compare only objects. It doesn't need about values. It don't care about the values of the object. It's care about only objects are same or different. That is the reason double equal to return false. Now come to the next statement. Equals method will compare the values of objects. Now S1 is having welcome, S2 is also having welcome. Values are same. That is the reason equals method returns true. So basically what we need to understand here is double equal to will compare the objects, whereas equals method will compare the values of object. And when object will be created, whenever you use this new keyword, the object will be created. Okay. Is this clear, everyone? I will show you some more cases. This is a difference. So when you can see the difference between double equal to and equals, when you create the strings as an objects, you can see the difference. When you create the strings as just the variables, you don't see the difference. Both are returning true. Okay. Now I'll show you one more case. Listen, very focus, attention is required. Now, you guys should answer this question. Third case. Okay, just a second. Let me comment this. Third case, case 3. I'm taking one string variable, string S1 equal to ABC. Normal string variable. Normal string. I will cover all the scenarios. Just listen first. Okay. String S1 equal to ABC. Normal string variable. Now I'm saying string S2 equal to new string of ABC. Okay. Now I'm taking two different things. String S1 equal to ABC. String S2 equal to new string of ABC. Right. Now let us try to use the same statements. Double equal to and equals method. Always remember, double equal to will compare the objects. Equals method will compare the values of objects. Now, can you tell me what is an output of this S1 equal to S2? S1 equal to S2, the first one. Okay. Let me just show you something. If I look at S1 and S2, in S2, anyway, we are using a new keyword. This will create a new object, right? S2 is created a new object that is having ABC. Anyway, this is a new keyword we have used. S2 is a totally different object. S1, it can be object or it can be variable. It doesn't matter. Okay. So S1 is totally different than S2 or not. Okay. It is a variable or object. We don't bother because S2 is already object because we use a new keyword. So S1 is totally different. So when you compare S1 and S2, objects are same or not? Objects. Objects are same or not? No. So it is false. And values of object is same or not? Values of object is same or not? Yes. It should return true. Okay. You're understanding now? So equal to will compare the objects. Equals method will compare the values of objects. So in this case, the first one is written false. Second one is returns true. This is case 3. But when the objects becomes equal. So when the objects becomes equal. In this particular case, S1 and S2 are totally two different objects. Here, S1 and S2 are again two different. But when the objects will be equal, we will see in the next case. Case 4. Case 4. See this. Taking string variable, string S1 equal to ABC. Normal string variable. String S2 equal to new string of ABC. String object. Now I'll say string S3 equal to S2. See, I'm assigning S2 in another S3. S3 is a string again. I'm assigning S2 into S3. Okay. 3 strings I have taken now. Now, I'm trying to print S1 double equal to S2. tell me output of this. S1 double equal to S2, true or false? S1 double equal to S2, true or false? Double equal to means compare the objects. S2 is anyway one object. S2 is S1 is a different. So S1 and S2 not equal. So this is false. False, because it will compare the objects. S2 is anyway a different object. S1 is a different. So false, expected. Now, the next statement. System.out.println. S1 dot equals of S2. Now tell me this. S1 dot equals S2. Equals will compare the values of an object. So values are same. So this will returns true. This is also expected. Right. Now the next statement is system.out.println. S2 equal to S3. Now tell me output of this. S2 equal to S3. Double equal to I am using. Double equal to I am using. True or false? S2 is one object. Same object we are assigning to S3 or not? Right? We are same object we are assigning to S3. So first of all, S2 will be already created. This is a new keyword we created. This is called S2 object. This object is referred by what? S2. Now what we are doing, the same S2 we are assigning to the S3. That means what? S3 is also referring to the same object. Okay. S2 is referring to the same object. S3 is also referring to the same object. Now S2 and S3 are same or not? Equal or not? When I use double equal to, S2 and S3 objects are same or not? Yes. Objects are same. So this will return true. S2 double equal to S3 will return true because objects are same. True. Returns true because objects are same or objects are equal. Okay. Now, suppose if I use like the system.out.println S2 dot equals of S3. Now tell me this. S2 dot equals of S3. Equals method I'm using. Equals. Equals means what? Compare the values of an object. Now values are same or not? Yeah, if objects are same, values are obviously same. So this will also returns true. Compare the values of objects. So this is returning the true. Okay. Now let's see one more. System.out.println. And here I say S1 equal to S3. Now tell me S1 equal to S3. Double equal to compare the objects. So S3 is a different object. S1 is a totally different object. So obviously it returns false. And same S1 dot equals to S3 equals. Compare the values of an object. So S1 value is ABC. S3 value is also ABC. Both are equal. So this will return true. Okay. So guys, now you understood when we have to use double equal to, when we have to use equals. Okay. So double equal to will compare the objects, whereas equals method will compare the values of objects. Okay. And in the first case, if you create a string variables just like this, you don't see the difference. You can use anything. But when you're creating variables by using new keyword, then only you have to carefully check double equal to or equals method. Okay, whenever you are using new keyword, you have to use equals method. Okay, when I use double equal to method, you will not get the right output. So remember that part. So when you create a string variables just like this, you can use anything, your choice. Double equal to is also correct, equals also right. But sometimes when you create a strings by using this particular notation, you have to use only equals method. Okay, we don't compare objects most of the time. We will always compare the values of an object. So when you create a string variables by using a new keyword, always prefers only equals, not double equal. Okay, got the clarity now, everyone? What is the difference between double equal to and equals? When we have to use double equal to, when we have to use equals method, which is very, very important from strings concept. So damn sure interview question. Reverse string and string comparison. So these two are most important questions from interview perspective. You should be able to clearly explain with examples. Right? So this is all about different operations which we can do on the string. So with this, we have done with the strings concept. And I will also give you some assignments on strings. Today's topic, based on today's topic, you guys can check. Assignments. All are most important, guys. You can't miss even single one. You have to practice. There is no other way. Okay, so come back to assignments. I'll try to give 5 different assignments. All are related to string concept. I will give you solutions also. You guys can check. The first assignment. Check a string is palindrome or not. This is actually related to reverse string. Okay, first you have reverse string, right? This is related to palindrome means what? After reversing, if you get the same value, that's called palindrome. So if you go back to the reverse string, this is the original string. After applying this logic, we are getting the reverse string in the reverse variable, right? So after reversing, what you have to do is you have to write one more if condition. In the if condition, you have to check the original string is equal to this reverse string. Then the string is palindrome. Else the string is not palindrome. So you guys can easily do that. So this is also related to reverse string. So this is the example I have given. If I take one string like this, after reversing, we are getting the same string, that is a palindrome. And after reversing, if you are not getting the same thing, not palindrome. So this is the link I have given. And you can go through it and you can understand, you can try this. Next, remove junk or special characters in a string. These are all very popular interview questions, guys. We have to just practice this. Very simple. So remove junk or special characters in a string. Suppose sometimes you may see some special characters, dollars, dot, dot, some hyphen, some stars, carrots. You can see some junk characters in your strings. And I want to remove all those junk characters. I want to get plain string. Okay, for example, you have string like this, welcome. And in between, you have some junk characters like this. So like this. Okay, some junk characters. It can be anything. So like this or like this. So if you want to remove these junk characters in a string, how can we remove this? So this is a program. Remove junk or special characters in a string. And I also given the link here, you can refer this. And then how to remove white spaces. White spaces in the sense, normal spaces. Let's say I have one string like this. Okay. And suppose there is a space, WELCOME. So this is actually one single string, but there are some spaces are there. This is one space, another space, here another space, right? Multiple spaces are there. I want to remove all the spaces. Then I should get original string like this. So that's called how to remove white spaces in a string. Okay, that you can do one assignment. This is a reference video link I'm giving. The next one. So you can try this in multiple ways. There are so many ways are there in Java to do this. Just try one way at least. Next, fourth one, count occurrences of a character in a string. Very important. Count occurrences of a character in a string. What does that mean? Suppose if I give one string like this, ABC, 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 A, B, 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 C, C, C. If I give string like this, how many times A is repeated? How many times B is repeated? How many times C is repeated? That I want to find out. Okay. From that string, particular character, how many times it is repeated, how many times it is occurred in a string, that we have to count. Okay, so how many times A is repeated, we have to count 1, 2, and here it is 3, 4, 5, 6, like this, and totally A is repeated 6 times. So like this we have to find count occurrences of character in a string. Very important and very easy also. count number of words in a string. Means what? Suppose you say, welcome to Java Selenium. How many words are there in the string? How many words? Totally 4 words. That we have to find out. Through program, we have to find out how many words are there in a string. Okay. So this is a reference link. And all are very easy programs actually. The problem seems very complex, but once you understand the logic, once you start implementation, it's very simple. So by watching the video, you will understand how can we do this. So first you try yourself, don't Google it and don't find anywhere else, because that is your mind exercise. So thinking about logic is always gives the exercise to your mind. So you have to start like that. Initially, think if it is a manual process, how you will do. And once you frame the logic, try to put into the statements. Okay. And once you run your program, at least 80% you have achieved, that is fine. Okay. Then you can refer the video and then you can compare how we have done and how, in which way the video is explaining, and compare this. And then correct it and then try multiple times. So that is a process of improving the logic. Okay. So all are logic based programs, and the interview perspective, these type of programs they will ask. Okay. So try these assignments for today's session. And as soon as you finish those assignments, try to upload them in the drive itself. Okay. That's all for today's session. We will stop it here and we will continue in the tomorrow session.